Gacha games are an incredibly well thought out form of media that respect your time, respect your money, and respect you as a player. There's really nothing quite like the joy one feels for investing in a gacha game, especially financially. I mean, why wouldn't you want to put money back into the game that you love so much? Every dollar that you spend on a gacha game is an investment into the game's future, which is an investment into your future enjoyment. I mean, think about all you get in a gacha game. You get tons and tons of competitive skill-based gameplay with minimum random mechanics, and, a little bit of story to go along with it. Not too much story. These games don't waste your time with a ton of story, but they give you a little bit. I do feel bad for more cozy gamers and visual novel lovers, because there's just not a lot in these games for those kinds of gamers. Like, if your idea is to just come home and sit in front of the game and follow a story all day for hours and hours and hours, then this isn't the place for you, and I understand that. But if you just want to come home and game all day and not have to worry about being inhibited in any kind of way, gacha games are that. This is where you want to be. There are some inhibitors, I do admit, but these inhibitors are there not because the companies are looking for ways to make money or anything, but they're there in order to make you respect the game more and make you respect the time that you spend on the game. It's like a hungry person who rarely gets to eat because they live in a poor country or something. They really appreciate a potato way more than the average person appreciates potatoes, because they never get to eat potatoes, so that time, that moment they have to consume the potato is very, it's meaningful. And that's why gacha games limiting you every day it's not a bad thing. It really makes you appreciate it more. Like you respect it as a potato, so yeah. And I know when it comes to the cost of the gacha in a lot of these games like Genshin Impact and Wuthering Waves, I know that some say that the cost is very high, but then again, when you think about it, I mean, if you really like the character, then does that really matter? Because if you really like something, you should be willing to spend money on it, no matter the cost. So I mean, if that's your biggest issue, then it's a non-issue. And you should be more willing to really support the company anyway. I mean, Hoyoverse, Kuro Games, they have bills to pay, and they can't keep providing you with a game if they don't have money. So to me, that's not really an issue. You should just, cough up the money if you really like the game. I just don't understand anyone's problem with doing that. And I mean, people act like $200 for a character is a lot, but look at how much money Hoyoverse is handling. Look at how much they have to manage. They have to manage billions of dollars, but you're worried about having to just, manage a couple hundred? Come on, get off of your high horse, dude. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. If you really respect the game and think it's a good game, then you should show some appreciation. Shoot, I'd say 200's not enough. Sometimes you may need to just throw more in because you really like the patch, If it's a good patch, even if you hate the character, if the rest of the patch is good, then it just kind of makes sense, to spend and to show the appreciation for the package, for the game as a whole. You think every time I've pulled on a banner it's because I want the character? No, sometimes it's just because it's habitual, because it's just a habit. And I know I've heard people mention before that these games are basically just glorified gambling, but I think this is better than gambling, because when you go to gamble, you may not get anything in return. You could really just gamble it all away and you get nothing in return, but at least here there's a pity. You will eventually get what you want, so there's nothing wrong here, because no matter what, you can always look back on these games and see what you spent it on. Whereas gambling, you could just walk away with 0, but at least here you will walk away with a character eventually. Even if it's not the character you wanted, like even if you lose a 50-50, I mean, you still got something, and you should be grateful for that. Like, you should be grateful for that. That is not gambling. So that's that. You can squash that right now. Besides, the way I see it, there's really no such thing as losing a 50-50. For instance, in Genshin Impact, where a character can be up to 180 pools, the 180 pools is the actual cost of the character. And every pool that you do before that is just your chance to win them at a significant discount, with 90 pools being a guaranteed opportunity to win that discount. You may not, but you're at least guaranteed an opportunity to win it. If you don't though, then it's not like you lost a 50-50, it's just you didn't win a discount. Even if you were to go all the way up to 179 pools, you got them at a discount, and you should be happy with that. The only time you should maybe feel a little bad is if you go all the way up to 180. And even then, you shouldn't feel bad because you're just paying the regular full price of a character. So, what are you complaining about? These companies are providing you every single day, all the time, with every single banner, providing you with a discount, and you're just complaining about it. Like, that's so ungrateful. Oh my gosh, people will complain about anything, right? Providing you with a chance to win a discount at all times, and you guys just can't be happy about it. They're doing it out of the goodness of their heart. It's, trying to show their fan base that they really care about them, and all anyone else can do is say, oh man, I lost my 50-50. Acting like these games are built around RNG. Like, dude, chill out. When's the last time you've seen a random element in these gacha games? And they provide quality gameplay too. And they keep the games challenging too, so that we don't get bored or feel like our investments have gone by the wayside, They update the enemies with things like, HP inflation, and that's pretty nice. So that we don't just one-shot them all the time, they just make the enemies more resilient. And that's a good thing, because, who wants to one-shot the enemy? So they just update the enemy's HP, and there you go. Now we're playing a harder game that's keeping up with our accounts. Isn't that great? Like, they've been updating these games for a long time. And the only thing people can say about it is, I want more. I want more. When's the next update? This update sucks. This is a terrible update. I need more story. I want the new character. You have so much that they've already given you. And then, for you to sit there and complain about losing a 50-50, which is a fake concept because there's no such thing as a 50-50. It's just a chance to win a character at a discount. That's all it is. After all of that, you sit there and complain about that, and then you're upset that you just put money back into the game that you apparently love so much. When really you were just going for a discount. So, what's the big deal, dog? What's the big deal? All I'm saying is maybe be a little more, respectful to the companies, and maybe be a little more grateful for the games that they're giving you, because they don't gotta do this. They really don't have to do this. They're providing you with opportunities. They're providing you with, lifestyles. They're providing you with everything. You're the one that's on the game. And so you should just be a little happier. That's all I gotta say. And you should spend more money. Characters are freaking ugly though.